I know we don't talk about a lot of sponsorship deals on here, but this one is a major one. Legacy Motor Club, formerly known as Petty GMS, formerly known as Richard Petty Motorsports, has made a major, and I do mean major, sponsorship deal. This one is with Dollar Tree Family Dollar, that brand. Now, they are owned by the same company. Dollar Tree acquired Family Dollar about, I guess, 9 years ago now. I think 2015 was the year that was acquired. But it was announced this morning that Legacy Motor Club and Dollar Tree, along with Family Dollar, had reached an agreement to be on all three cars in 38 Cup Series races in 2024. Here's what the press release says. Dollar Tree Incorporated today announced an exciting new sponsorship of Legacy Motor Club and a multi-year agreement for races taking place in the NASCAR Cup Series. Dollar Tree and Family Dollar will be on track in all 38 races of the 2024 NASCAR season for select races with number 42 driver John Hunter Nemechek and number 43 driver Eric Jones. Additionally, both Dollar Tree and Family Dollar brands will adorn the number 84 of driver Jimmie Johnson at Dover Motor Speedway, Kansas Speedway, and Las Vegas Motor Speedway. The sponsorship spans both the Dollar Tree and Family Dollar brands, creating significant visibility with customers and associates in the company's 16,000 plus stores. So yeah, this is a pretty major deal. All 38 races, we do not see that a lot anymore. Even when it's spread out across multiple cars. Even, we used to see FedEx used to have every single race with Denny Hamlin, all 38 races, and it was like if FedEx wasn't on the car, it was like, oh my gosh, what? It used to be a shocking thing, but there was actually another report the other day I was reading that said they used to do 38, they used to do all of it, and then in 2022 they did 31 of 38, and then this past year, 2023, they only did 13 of 38 for FedEx as the primary. So it's so rare nowadays to see one sponsor or one owner of multiple companies sponsor a car for all 38 races, even if it's across multiple cars. As I said with the Denny Hamlin thing, we used to see cars, they'd run a paint scheme almost every single week, if not every single week, at least 30 of the 38 races. We'd see Jeff Gordon's DuPont 24, Tony Stewart's Home Depot number 20, Jimmie Johnson's Lowe's 48. So it's become almost, it really has become a rarity to see one sponsor stick with one team or one car for all 38 races, and that appears to be the case for Family Dollar and Dollar Tree in this deal. And this is a major, major deal. For those of you who don't know what this store is or what this brand is, it's pretty straightforward. Well, not everything is $1 anymore because inflation and all that fun stuff, but the thing is that it's a very cheap store that you can go to. There's one like a mile from my house. They've got everything in it. They've got snacks, they've got drinks, they've got party supplies, they've got envelopes, they've got greeting cards, they've got birthday cards. I guess, does that fall into the greeting cards category? I don't know. They've got, toys for kids, they've got random supplies. They've got everything in it that's essentially cheap. They're not going to be selling iPhones there, but they may sell iPhone cases. There's a good example right there. But that's essentially what the stores do, is they sell cheap items, essentially. I honestly don't even think I could guess what the most expensive thing is there. A few years ago when shopping for my apartment, we went to a Dollar Tree to get silverware. To get like a thing of forks, like 6 or 7 forks a pack, however many it was like $2 or something. So super cheap, super affordable store. In fact, they put a picture out there of Richard Petty shopping at a Dollar Tree because, he's still technically involved. I don't think he's an owner anymore. It's a lot of technicalities here. Anyways, let's look at some of the quotes. We are thrilled to sponsor Legacy Motor Club and spotlight our brands to fans of the exhilarating and high-octane sport of NASCAR, said Rick McNeely, Chief Merchandising Officer for Dollar Tree. Watching Dollar Tree and Family Dollar take off into one of the most watched sports in the country is a great start to the year. What an exciting time for Legacy Motor Club to team up with Dollar Tree and Family Dollar, said Jimmie Johnson. We look forward to creating extensive visibility for these two iconic and beloved brands where we have so many fans in common. And then it also says that the paint schemes will be revealed in the upcoming weeks. So that'll be interesting to see what those are. I'll be doing paint scheme previews at some point before the season starts. I don't know when. I'll make an announcement in the community post. You'll know then. Now, another major thing about this is the brand itself. We see a lot of sponsors in NASCAR. Some are very well known, some aren't very well known. As I said earlier, we used to see major brands like Lowe's, Home Depot in NASCAR. Everyone knows where those are or what those are because you see them everywhere you go, every city, every town you go to, it seems like there's a Lowe's or a Home Depot. But as of recent years, NASCAR has lost a lot of those big sponsors. Lowe's and Home Depot, perfect examples. They lost Home Depot about a decade ago. They lost Lowe's about half a decade ago. We've seen other major sponsors leave. M&M's was the latest hit. FedEx is reducing. They're still in the sport, though. We've seen, I think, Office Depot is a pretty major brand. We've seen Miller Lite essentially leave. I think Keystone Light still sponsors the two for like 1 or 2 races. But other than that, we've seen a lot of major brands leave. Well, Dollar Tree is a pretty big brand. According to this, they're ranked 137th on the Fortune 500 list, so it is a pretty major company, pretty big company. And it's a very wide, spread out company across the U.S. It's based in Chesapeake, Virginia. So to have another major brand in NASCAR is a big deal. I'm sure at their stores you're going to see advertising now. You're going to see, a cardboard cutout, just like this one. Just like Sam Hornish Jr. here, of Erik Jones, Jimmie Johnson, John Hunter Nemechek, whatever car, maybe all 3. I don't know. But you're going to see a lot more advertising at Dollar Trees, Family Dollars, with their paint schemes, with the drivers in the fire suits, essentially advertising themselves. And that will potentially help viewership for NASCAR, which is a really cool thought, which is something that, that's a big deal. So, and then as for Jimmie Johnson, as we read in this press release, Jimmie Johnson has added some races to his schedule. We already knew about the Coke 600, we knew about the Kansas Spring Race, and we knew about Texas. We knew he'd be running those 3 races. Well, now we know that he's going to be running Dover in the spring, and that he's going to be running a couple of playoff races as well, Kansas in the fall and Vegas in the fall. So Jimmy's going to be running a lot of 1.5 miles this year. We talked about this a bit in his first part of his schedule release. Toyota is really good at the 1.5 miles, the intermediate racetracks. So is Jimmie Johnson. Back in his prime, he won a lot of races at that style of racetrack. And it seems that he wants to race on those more. He wants to compete on those. I don't know if he just thinks he's going to be more competitive or if it's more of a helping his team, the 43 and the 42, help them learn some things, whatever it may be. But Jimmie Johnson has added some more intermediate races to his track. And then Dover's kind of like that weird hybrid where it's like a mile, but it's really fast like an intermediate that, I don't know, I kind of consider it an intermediate. I don't know about you guys, but Jimmie Johnson has added some races to his schedule. Dover, of course, arguably his most successful track. I think he had 10, 11, maybe 12 wins at that racetrack. He just owned the place. Don't get me wrong, he's had success at Texas. He's had success at Charlotte, Vegas, Kansas, but Dover, he just, oh my goodness, he just owned the place for some reason. But, But it's a really big deal, this sponsorship deal. That's why we're talking about it. The fact that it's a Fortune 500 company, the fact that they're doing 38 races, even if it is across the 3 different cars, the fact that they're fully investing in NASCAR, it's a big deal. As I said, NASCAR's lost a lot of major brands over the past decade or so, with some of the ones I've listed. But to get one back finally, or not back, but to get one, to gain one, I guess, is a really big deal. It's a really good thing for NASCAR, a really good thing for Legacy Motor Club, obviously. That's a huge thing for them financially, but it's also a huge thing for NASCAR in general, I think. It's going to be more exposure for NASCAR. You're going to go to a Dollar Tree and see, as I said, the cardboard cutouts. You might see a sign on the window, something like that. I don't know. Maybe they'll even sell die-cast cars at their stores. Who knows? But I think it's a pretty big deal. It's pretty neat to see a company invest in NASCAR. And, we see some companies, they'll do like, oh, yeah, we're sponsoring a team now. It's like 4 races, which is like, yeah, thanks for joining NASCAR. We're very appreciative to have you. But, it's like 4 races. Oh, we'll see you a couple times a year. We'll see you every quarter, essentially. And then, that's how it goes. Well, with this one, you're going to see them every single race weekend, even in the non-points races. So I think that's really cool to see. Really fun to see. I'm excited to see what they do with the paint schemes and all that stuff, and to see how this deal works out, to see how they activate sponsorship, activate, at track experiences with their stores, to see how they do it. So yeah, thanks for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Legacy Motor Club's been making some big moves. Yes, they have. Moving to Toyota, adding a new owner, changing their team name, and now adding a new major sponsor like this. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I told you today would be the day of the spotters video. We're going to push that to tomorrow now. I want it to be its own day, but if something else comes up tomorrow, I'll still post it tomorrow regardless. We're going to talk about spotter silly season for those of you who don't know. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Any other news in the next whenever, I'll get to you with. So have a good day.